Now we're going to assemble the remainder of the cutting head. This is going to encompass the abrasive body, the orifice, the mixing chamber, the nozzle nut, the nozzle retaining ring, and the nozzle itself. So this part of the process, you want to hold the abrasive body in your hand. We're going to take the abrasive inlet and we're going to remove that for this part of the process. It makes it easier to line up the mixing chamber. The mixing chamber is going to be the first piece that we assemble. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the small side and we're going to put that up and we're going to slide it down inside of the abrasive body. Once that's in, we want to ensure that the abrasive inlet of the mixing chamber is aligned with the abrasive inlet that we've just removed. You can see right now that that is not the case. The mixing chamber is not aligned with the abrasive inlet. So if we can see part of that, what we can do is we can gently turn that with an Allen key. And now our abrasive inlet for the mixing chamber is in line with the abrasive inlet that we've just removed. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take the orifice and we want to make sure, if it's a ruby orifice, that the brass bushing and the top side of the orifice is facing up. This will look a little bit different if you're using a diamond. This center section here would be out of stainless. The inside of the orifice is red for a ruby and it is white for a diamond. It's another indicator of what kind of orifice that you're using. So with the brass section up for our ruby orifice, we're going to gently place it inside the abrasive body. It should look something like this when it is put in place properly. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place our clean finger inside the abrasive body and press down on the orifice. Now we're going to ensure that the mixing chamber is in the correct orientation. One way to do that is if we also take our nozzle, which we'll get to in a second, and slide it into the abrasive body and gently push. That will create the right spacing of all these components inside the cutting head. The most important aspect is that the orifice is seated all the way down inside the abrasive body. We're just simply using the nozzle to put pressure on the mixing chamber. Once this is done, on the backhand side of the abrasive body is a set screw. We can take our Allen key and tighten this set screw. Once that set screw is tightened, now we can verify that our mixing chamber is still in the correct orientation to the abrasive inlet and that the orifice is still setting all the way down inside the valve body, or down inside the abrasive body. So let's look on the inside and see that our orifice is sitting all the way down inside the abrasive body. It should look something similar to this. Now that we've assembled these components, we can put our abrasive inlet back in. And now we can put our nozzle in. The nozzle is important for spacing and to make sure that the working end is pointed down. That would be the tapered side of the nozzle. What we're going to do is we're going to take the retaining ring and we're going to slide it approximately an inch up the nozzle. We'll go over the importance of this as we put it together. What we're going to do now is we're going to take the abrasive body and the nozzle. We're going to take the flat end of the nozzle and place it inside the abrasive body. What we're going to do now is we're going to take the nozzle nut, which looks like this. On the inside is threaded and also tapered to receive the nozzle retaining ring. we're going to gently slide the nozzle nut on the nozzle and gently apply pressure to the nozzle and the nozzle nut. Once the nozzle nut will not slide any farther, now we can tighten it by hand. And now we know that the nozzle is in the correct position and orientation for the abrasive body. The last step that we have is to assemble the lower section with the upper section that we have already assembled.